One can be too familiar with vegetables.
That was the line, my
Welcome
bad.
back, everybody. Oh, you're good. I love that movie. Welcome back, everybody, to Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2.
Silent Tui, I love that.
I speak as James Sunderland. What?
So we're back in the Labyrinth, where, again, it is a complete and utter, like, maze.
Nonsense
And
maze.
we need to find our way around here.
Oh, just real quick. Oh, was it?
I was about to say, unlike Silent Hill 1's labyrinths, for lack of a better term, at least this one doesn't have bottomless pits.
Yeah.
Thank
I
God.
mean, how many more bottomless pits could we possibly jump into?
You'll find some more. Yes, Hype.
Oh,
Continue.
just going back to our Ratatouille thing, I just imagine, like, pretend for the sake of rhetorics, Maria was still with us. We come across that creature we just said, what is that? I don't really know.
It's kind of like a rapper guy, I thought. And
So,
it's a cool little puzzle.
I hear this particular puzzle is pretty nasty on higher difficulties.
It
I
can
heard it's
be.
probably the most basic puzzle in the game.
So it can be. Oh, geez, it's actually straight up a side of a wall. So here's why it can be really tricky on higher difficulties. It's because. Oh, did I just figure it out? Oh, wait, I just figured it out by real.
Basically,
so,
the cube is related to this padded cell that we just walked through.
Right. But yeah, as far as what was going on the other side, on higher difficulties, so on normal and easy difficulty, I can tell you right now, you either want the yellow eye face to be upside down, or you want the green-eyed face here to be upside down. Either of those will be the correct answer to make sure that both the entrance door and the exit door form a perfectly straight line, and that will never change on easy and normal. On hard and expert, it's a
random.
completely randomly selected
Also,
solution.
hold the fuck
Maria,
up.
Hello.
you seem pretty alright for someone who just got
That's your
stabbed
stunt
with a
double.
spear.
Yeah, I was about to say, you seem alive, Maria. What the fuck?
This is admittedly one of the spookier interactions between James and Maria.
Also,
She
you
knows something,
idiots!
maybe.
You
Okay.
didn't capture Maria! You captured her
You
stunt
killed her
double!
stunt double!
Ah,
That would
Fuck,
explain the
what's that
slightly
from
different
again,
bone
Matt?
structure.
Spaceballs.
What do you mean?
Oh my gosh, we need to watch that.
We do.
We need to watch that. We still need to watch
Blazing Saddles.
Blazing
Blazing
Saddles. I mean,
Robin
also,
Hood Men
there's
in Tights.
This shot right here.
Young Frankenstein.
Did something happen to you?
It's the shading. It's the
After we got
lighting.
separated in that long
That and her face of just like... It feels like a
There's
face of
nothing
ill
Someone
intent.
else?
for
James,
real.
you silly. There's no war in Bossing Say.
Double
You
damn it.
were always
God fucking
so
damn it.
forgetful. Remember that
You
time
always
in
were
the
such a
hotel?
kidder, Steve.
Remember the time?
Also, I love the FMVs in this game.
You said you
I do
forgot
too.
everything,
I think they're very good, yeah.
but you forgot
Do they
that
do they
videotape.
it's been a while since I played them, and or it's gonna have to be me relearning.
wonder if
Do
it's
they
still
keep
there.
FMVs in the third and fourth games?
I don't believe.
Wait,
I don't
I
think
think-
to this extent.
Yeah, not to this
Right.
extent. I
Imagine
think
me.
there's a couple in the third game, but I can't remember what the fourth game has.
You're
any.
Maria.
Oh,
work with
wow.
it. They mentioned making a videotape
I
together.
am.
What kind of... I didn't think we knew Maria that long.
All I want
Well,
from
no,
you is
but
a
James
chance.
knew her.
Well, knew Mary and made a videotape,
It
but
doesn't matter.
it's gonna have to be at that
This
hotel.
bit
We
right
still
here,
gotta
though.
figure out a way out of here.
I'm here for you, James. See? I'm real.
I mean, the fact that she's still here and alive and talking all this cryptic
Don't you wanna
nonsense.
touch me?
I mean, it already just says a lot that Maria is more than what she seems.
Yeah.
She's
Also,
referring
re-
to events that she could have
Anything
possibly
through
been
those
there for.
bars.
Also, can I just say as
Okay.
well, like her
Stay
voice
right
acting
there.
really
I'll be there
top
soon.
notch in this sequence.
It
Yeah.
really is. It only makes the scene way more eerie in hindsight.
Oh yeah.
How's that crackling noise?
Sounds like electricity.
Oh.
Oh,
Electricity.
Breaker box.
Not going to lie, I thought it was somebody unrolling some duct tape.
Pyramid heads
Listen-
just in the other room
listen,
laying
real-
out like do not
listen-
cross tape.
Listen really quick.
I really can't
yeah,
hear
it's
that.
like,
Yeah.
you fool! You can't use duct tape to fix that.
What not?
Pyramid, no more like Pyramid Head's all like, I don't want to have to bring out the duct tape.
Yes, I mean, no, I don't.
And by the
wait,
duct
no,
tape,
hold
he
on,
just
wait,
means,
wait.
like, police do not cross tape.
No, it's like, I didn't want to bring out the duct tape. Well, actually, you don't want to use that. You want to use the electricity tape. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Mr.
a
Pyramid
good
Head,
ending.
why do you
Pacifist.
Mr. Pyramid Head, why do you run around with duct tape on hand? How do you think I get this thing to stay on my hand?
Pacifist ending unlocked, Matt.
Ha.
All right,
Okay.
wire cutters on the wire block doorway.
That would take a very
Huzzah.
long time.
If only
Yes,
we could
it would.
sort this whole problem out with diplomacy with Pyramid Head.
Ugh.
So Pyramid Head,
You.
Pyramid Head, let's talk about your childhood. Were you ever hugged by your father?
I never
I'm
had
not
a
going.
father.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of chuckled for a second, considering the fact that you did try to say Pyramid Head, but you said Pyramid my head.
I said
Pyramid
Here on my
Head.
head.
No, Steve
Head.
did. Sorry,
Oh.
Steve said Pyramid
Pirouette
Head.
head. I like pirouette head.
So
You're
nothing
away,
worse than
Ted.
traveling around Silent Hill with wet socks.
Ew.
Oh, that's gotta stink. You're right. It's also just unfortunately like we're dealing with a. Oh, hello. We're also dealing with a. This is where the labyrinth is gonna get its naming from. It's just there's just so many,
Possible
many-
entrances and exit ways.
and they all look the same.
well-
and your only real like.
Well,
go ahead.
hopefully this labyrinth will pan out well.
It doesn't work because Guillermo del Toro isn't here to save us. He could have,
Guillermo
but
del Toro
Konami
would make
said
a-
no.
Guillermo del Toro would have made a fantastic, director for a Silent Hill game. Konami! Anyway.
Konami
I mean, again,
died.
Actually,
there's got-
not even game. I think he'd just be good for like a Silent Hill movie. But then again, that would still require Konami to care, and we all know they
Well,
hate
no,
doing
again, the main problem is just the fact of, like,
Hang on.
we had it. We could have had it. It could have been good. But no! Konami
I noticed
had
that
to
when
be
you were
fucking
picking up the handgun bullets, the enemies did not stop.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Whenever you're reading anything outside your pause menu and stuff, like you need to be careful. There can 100% still be people like, there can 100% be enemies on your tail. Thankfully, we made it. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
yeah.
thank goodness.
Yep, that was it. That was the hardest part of the labyrinth. Is just it's winding corridors and stuff. It's just a lot of flooded hallways that look the same. But again, as long as you have your map on hand, you should be good to go.
I was about to say,
There's
you
a
didn't make it look
newspaper
that
on the
hard.
ground.
I just kind of granted I practiced this game about a week ago, so I already knew the path for the most part. But sorry, Matt, you were saying earlier.
No, that didn't really have anything.
Yeah, he already said what he
Aw.
said.
Hey
James found a
James,
new
you like
but-
Huey Lewis in the news?
Well, just in general, again, there needs to be a masterclass at some point in the, like, of the literal like scale of how
The
much
buff
potential
of a
project had
man.
versus how little confidence apparently and/or out of pure spite they would scrap a project of that much potential.
If I remember right, this little article
Casa
here has more
Diaz.
relevance in Silent Hill 4.
Another murder, but this isn't Walter
Concerning.
Sullivan. This is now a lumberjack guy, Mr. Ouroboros, or I don't know, police.
Aurora Borealis.
The Polisek.
Since he had a history of drunkenness and violence, the police suspect that the motive was not robbery and was not a crime of.
Passion.
It was a crime of passion, sure.
Again, that's going to be related to another person we're going to be, re-encountering this labyrinth. For
It was
now.
a crime of passion. I'm very passionate about murdering you.
Oh boy.
Oh shit.
That was Angela.
Angela?
Oh.
Lansbury?
No.
Anaconda?
So, everybody, meet Daddy Dearest.
Who
The
everyone
abstract
weirdest.
daddy.
And in no,
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
in
We're
no
just
possible
starting. Okay.
humorous way to put it.
Let me just say this real quick. As of this recording, Logan's shown us the entirety of the Silent Hill 4 remake. Good fucking lord, the overhaul that this boss fight got.
Oh yeah.
I've yet to
Because-
see the
In what
overhaul version
sense?
yet.
Because I was going to say overall.
Overall, in the sense of overall in the sense of its stage presence, because here it's just kind of you open a door and surprise, there's a boss fight now. They give this thing a way more like intense. Let's heal up.
Jesus
Yeah.
They
Christ.
give this thing. It's a boss. They give this thing so much more like build up, and the cinematography. One thing that somebody noted was actually really cool because yes, this is supposed to be a representation of Angela's torture and abuse at the hands of her father and brother. Someone noted that like the lighting of like she was so panicky when James first entered the room, and it's because the cinematography makes it look like it was his silhouette opening the door as if angry, as if she thought he was her father or something. Oh my gosh, it's really something. But here, unfortunately, it's kind of a bit of a afterthought, but it's still a powerful moment.
It's a lot more brief. But, I mean, to be fair, all the imagery you still see in this room still says a lot about Angela's prediction.
That's right. You kicked
And
that
honestly-
demon table.
And here she comes with the television!
Yeah, no, she is livid.
Devil damn it. What did tables ever do to her?
Not the table, the
Relax.
I just say that because the way it was walking around and whatnot, it just kind of looked like a giant mutant table.
So what do you want then?
well, note this. Hang
Oh,
on.
I see. You're trying to be nice to me, right? I know what you're up to. It's always the same. You're only after one thing.
No, that's not true at all.
You don't have to lie. Go ahead and say it. Or you could just force me. Beat me up like he always did. You
Well,
care about yourself,
At least we're not fucked up enough to actually follow her up on that.
Angela.
Don't touch me! You make me sick.
I saved your life.
And that makes me sick.
Fair.
You said your wife Mary was dead, right?
Yes. She was ill.
In the hospital and all that.
Liar!
What?
I know
Hmm?
about you. You
Do
don't
you
want
now?
her around anymore. You probably found someone else.
Well, I mean, I did find this one Maria chick, but honestly, she's...
That's ridiculous. I never.
Rude.
There is one other interesting moment that happens in the remake, which I'll call attention to, is that in the we're done health.
What's in that box there?
Probably pop a couple of these.
That's
Oh,
just
the-
the cabinet.
That's the television after it was
Oh,
dropped.
right.
I'm gonna go save. Was that in the original interaction? In the interaction that they have in the remake, when she's trying to like say, "Oh, your wife's Mary's dead, right? You ever thought that you didn't want her around?" Like she's on the attack. She's very like aggressive and still lashing out. It's like one of the rare moments that James like raises his voice at her to say no, and the immediate like tone shift of her immediately feeling like submissive and afraid and like fully like disassociating.
It causes her
It's always
to
a real-
relapse.
It's always a really weird sentence to say of, oh, this is such a really cool, this is a very strong representation of like an abusive relationship and what that can do to someone, but like I don't think it was a tasteless job either.
I
Yeah.
think it's more
Um,
than just abusive relationship. As far as we know, Angela's character is
Actually,
that...
perfect. I was actually perfect. I'm gonna pause. You guys have your little discussion thing while I grab the thing from the kitchen.
I wonder if we're going to skip this in the editing, but anyways.
We'll see.
I won't if you guys talk and keep it interesting. I'm back.
Welcome back.
The problem is, it's not just what they're saying about the Angela scene, or about Angela. It's about the specific scene they're talking about. Oh, she looks ugly in the scene where she's complaining and, crying to James that she got abused.
Oh,
Oh, hello.
Huh?
what is going on here?
Pull
Sorry,
the rope,
man.
any
I
rope?
just stumbled upon a puzzle, Matt.
Oh, huh.
Dead men swinging in a tree. How many?
K-A-S-S-I-N-G.
Okay, not doing the whole song. Tongue turned blue, face gone gray. Okay. The first one killed the butcher man, then cooked him in the frying pan, served him to his hungry guests, and gave them seconds on request.
I don't know how to feel about this forgotten Dr. Seuss scrap.
The next one, with his smile and sweet, stole poor children off the streets. To men who dressed unsavory, he sold them into slavery.
Yeesh.
Breaking into a home at night, the thief, he had a nasty fright, filled his foolish head with ale, woke in the morn in the country jail. So the third one. The artist, with his daunting skill, tried his hand at painting bills, but caught in rain, he was undone when the ink he used did start to run.
You sneaky little con artist.
With promise of great return, taking gold he did not earn. Oh, it's an embezzler. Bundled it up out of sight, quietly slipped off into night. Now, 3 houses into ashes burned, the sheriff with no place to turn, did spy a stranger to his town, and locked him up and beat him down.
Oh.
So, basically, on the second sign, only the sinless one can help you here. Mistakenly pull on a criminal's rope and your reward will be returned to you in a shape most wondrously strange. So
maybe
if you caught on,
we can go over that one more time.
Well, if you caught on to my hint and how I phrased the poem, the arsonist, whoever was accused of being an arsonist, they probably weren't even the ones that committed the crime. They were just a stranger that the sheriff decided to pin all the blame on. So, we're looking for crime of counterfeiting, crime of murder, crime of arson. Here we go. And if you're curious, here's a thievery, kidnapping the children.
Were those bodies always there?
We're in a different room.
Oh.
So basically, now we have to figure out which one wasn't brought up.
Which the arsonist? Well, technically, they were all brought up to an extent, but the arsonist, again, in the story, the arsonist was never actually like accused or like properly linked to the crime. The sheriff just pinned the blame. The sheriff pinned the blame on some wanderer, some drifter who came into town and just was looking for a place to stay. So basically, the solution to the puzzle is the arsonist. We need to go back into that room and pull on the noose that is in this position, top on the right. And the wondrously strange punishment is that if you fail and you pull the wrong noose, that hallway will be filled with enemies.
Oh boy.
So, pull it.
Pull it the funny rope.
And of course, the puzzle will change on higher difficulties.
Well,
James, I don't like how you were tippy-toeing during that whole sequence.
Yeah, it was probably really high up.
Yeah, but did you notice how far he stretched his neck?
He's not a giraffe, James.
There we go.
It's almost like he wants to do that to himself.
The key of the persecuted.
But how could he possibly if he's not a giraffe?
A handcuff key.
Oh. Huh. For who?
And whoever the sinless one, they were allowed to run free. It's a good time. Sorry, continue, Matt, on the topic as I now use this handcuff key.
I completely forgot what I said.
About Angela. You were talking about Angela and how somebody was like deciding to like really like poke fun at like, oh my gosh, the model looks so like
she looks like a
ugly. Like
it wasn't just poking fun. It was just talking about how she's ugly now and stuff like that.
It was just being like stupidly misogynistic and kind of proving Angela's
very lame
point.
Very lame. I agree.
I mean, heck, if they're going to be that bitchy about the whole thing, they may as well just say, hey, you know what they should do? They should put her in a crop top.
Or, even better, they could just not play the remake and keep, deluding themselves.
Oh, actually. We're almost to the other side of the room that Maria was on.
Oh. Your savior is here.
Hello, Maria. I'm here to save you.
Oh no.
Maria?
Well,
she got.
No. What happened to you?
Poor James. He can't catch a break with women.
Why?
You can't live with them.
Everyone I touch dies.
That's it. You just can't live with them, James.
There is some metaphor to be seen here, especially where the blood is particularly pooled up. But yeah.
Ooh.
It would seem that for I think this is now the second time. Oh no, and her face is starting to suffer
Looks
from the
like
same
she got
skin
beaten.
disease as Mary.
Looks like she was beaten.
Just
eating
keep that
chips?
in mind for later. She was not beaten. It's unfortunately an illness. The same one that Mary suffered from.
Is it?
Yep. Now, depending on the particular ending you're going for, you may decide to go back in there and double check and make sure. We're not going to care about that right now.
Okay.
Right.
Right now,
Yeah,
we're
that's
in
nice.
mourning and we're continuing.
Schrodinger's Maria.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Again, for all intents and purposes, Maria is schmuck bait. If you're nice to her the whole way through, you're gonna get her ending.
Which, yeah, could lead to you learning the wrong lessons from this whole journey. Oh, the Historical Society has a
Graveyard.
cemetery
Miles
right in the
deep.
middle of it.
Well, that's
Literally miles deep underground.
I
Nope,
wonder
can't get
if
much.
that's
It can't get much 6 feet deeper than this. Hang on, what are you looking at?
Seems a little indecent that all these tombstones were placed inside in the whole building. You think you think these guys would have appreciated a little extra fresh air?
Also, I noticed
Whose even
one.
are these?
I also noticed one of
Yes,
them had a
yes.
red. I noticed one of them had a red handkerchief.
That's the safe
Oh,
point.
snap! Our save point. All right, we'll grab that then. But let's see, who are these graves belonging to?
Eddie
Eddie
Dombrowski.
Eddie.
Oh,
He ain't dead.
Let's see.
Name
Angela Orozco.
Angela. She ain't dead.
Well,
but then
again,
that would
Logan,
mean
Dun,
Logan,
dun, dun.
Logan, look behind you. Look on the ground.
What?
Those are open graves.
Oh.
Yeah, but they dug mine. Someone digging mine got a little too enthusiastic with
They
the
knew
digging.
how much we
Oh,
still
loved jumping
down
in
there?
the holes.
China, here we come.
I'm not done digging yet. Just an echo. Anyway, we're gonna go save because we gotta go jump down that hole, of course, because we're crazy.
It's the
and
one.
I
Yeah, there it is.
and,
oh, also found you.
oh, there we go.
Is
Also,
that
I
an
don't know
extra
about you.
puzzle? Is that an extra puzzle
Go
with the
ahead,
tombstones?
No. James, continue though.
I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like a scrap's about to start soon.
Most likely. Also, another last little quick bit of noting.
Walter Sullivan.
Oh, hey, buddy. See you in Silent Hill 4.
See you in hell.
And Miriam K, who is one of the siblings, but note that for whatever reason, and I don't know if 4 is ever gonna elaborate on that, but they refer to her as the traitor.
Not sure.
Huh?
That might be like the
No.
one element of the whole Williams, like the Walter Sullivan story that they completely drop. Though I could also be mistaken.
Here goes.
Let's hop on it. Oh.
Here I
Okay
am.
then.
Yeah. Oh, you thought they were gonna play the cutscene of him dropping down again?
Yeah.
I mean, they
you
happen
thought I was
every
gonna
other time.
jump down that, did you?
It's getting cold.
You thought wrong, Doug. Oh no, Doug did not think wrong. Icky thought wrong.
I was about to say, what the
It's
Man,
really
fuck, man?
chilly in here.
You
Not
know,
gonna attribute that.
I'm wearing a jacket right now, and it still feels frosty as balls out here.
Oh,
And it's red.
Oh, now there's red all the walls.
I don't like this.
Old fashioned ham.
I don't like this predicament.
Oh, Eddie.
Eddie, how you doing, man?
And another corpse.
What are you doing? What does it look like? He always busted my balls.
Oh,
You fat, disgusting piece of shit. You make me sick.
Blech.
Fat ass. You're nothing but a waste of skin.
I'd like to bring this proposition to you fellas real quick.
Yeah.
Imagine if Eddie Dombrowski here,
He was right.
back in 2001 when this game was released,
Fat, disgusting
what if his voice actor was the guy that played Eddie in Ed, Ed and Eddie?
Doesn't matter if you're smart.
It didn't matter if you're smart, dumb,
Yes.
ugly, pretty. It's all the same once you're dead.
Honestly, I could see it kind of working in the sense of like something familiar being.
Hey James,
scary,
I'll let you
like,
live
unsettling.
for a quarter. For a quarter.
You're like,
See,
shh,
you
and
say
like,
that, and yet I can't
Like, shit.
not see this guy as fucking John Candy.
You're like shit.
I
man,
mean,
all
yeah,
I
no, I'm
got
pretty
are-
sure-
all I got are these hundreds of dollars in medical supplies.
Oh my
I knew
god.
it.
Oh no,
Uh-oh.
Eddie.
Oh.
You're just like him, James.
Hell
I didn't mean
farts.
anything.
I suppose this chapter did.
Bother. I understand. You've been laughing at me
Screen.
all along.
Well, I suppose this chapter did need some form of boss.
In
Hence
essence,
why
know-
again the abstract.
Oh,
Oh,
Whoa.
jeez.
I want to bring one thing up just real quick because I remember from the video I talked about a while ago with Eddie. Oh my god.
Don't worry. I can talk. I can talk. Continue. Don't worry.
Oh my Christ.
oh, there's this punching
What a
Judy.
pussy.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. He finally realized that was not the way to go about that fight.
Okay,
Alright,
before you
first
go
phase
in
done.
there, what
Continue.
is it, Doug?
Yeah.
God, that was funny. I remember one thing in the Eddie Dombrowski video I talked about a few times. I do need to send that link at some point, maybe after this. Because it also does make sense too for how endangered that James is in here. The little wind chimes signifying the danger that is about to happen, and I do like that.
The wind chimes.
Oh.
You heard it right
That's
as
actually a neat
you heard it
little
right as Eddie just straight up assumed. It's like-
Yes, but
and all that
God.
stuff.
was that a natural sound or was that just like a sudden
I think
noise?
it's no. Well, it's no. It's instrumentation.
Instrumentation.
Like, tension, but yeah.
Oh. Oh, it's part of the
That's
music.
a whole. It's another whole.
But yeah.
It's another whole point of Silent Hill. It gives those vibes, and I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for
But
sure.
yes,
Huh.
but yeah, the first phase, he's never actually going to use the gun really all that much. He's going to try and go for close quarters combat, which is why if you just do the heavy attack with the pipe, it will always connect faster than he can get up to you, and that's how you just cheese this first phase.
He really is a dumb Browski.
That's why. That's also because, and thank goodness the remake, took note of this. It's really the second phase that's the actual this is the encounter.
Yeah, because now it's you. It's now just you, Eddie, and a whole bunch of meat.
This is a really creepy setting.
Yeah, we're in a meat locker.
It's not the meat that disturbs me, it's the fact that they're all stapled to shorts.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, they
to
all
signify
do have pants.
how he views himself. Right, it's to signify how he views himself, or how he thinks everyone views him as.
Yeah.
He killed a dog.
All right, now he needs to die. I think
Yeah, time to die.
All right, I'll get my
justified.
gun.
He needs to die. Kill a dog.
I mean, at this point, yeah, he does kind of need to be taught a lesson. But let's be real here. He was pressured to be this bad.
yeah.
He was
And-
bullied into being
Oh,
this
he's
way.
saying. But I think it's very important all this that's going on for.
Oh,
Door shut
what?
behind us. I think it's important of all this going on for James though. Between Eddie and Angela, it's showing him different sides of an abused and an abuser, and
Yeah.
why. Because as he's mentioning here, we were led to this town too. We're not exactly perfect ourselves right now, unfortunately.
Right.
Everybody is here for a reason.
You and me are the same. The same. Other people.
The same. Like other people.
You know that?
Hey,
We're
your
the new
motto,
people.
simpatico.
Party.
Oh shoot!
Get him.
All right, fight time.
Ah.
So how do we go
Don't you
about
slap him, you
beating up
piece of shit.
Dombrowski?
He fucking yeah.
Uh,
Stopped us.
We're gonna use this rifle. Oh! Ow! And if he ever
Ow.
takes
Okay,
a
maybe
shot
not
at
do
you,
that.
be ready to heal because the bullets take a lot of fire. So I'm gonna try and.
Does he
Ah.
hurt hard?
He can hurt hard, especially if you're going for a particular ending that you need to. That
Oh, I'm
asks
sorry,
you to
hit
be
hard.
at.
I'm sorry.
Oh, he can. But yeah, especially if you're going for a particular ending. Ow! If you're going for a particular ending. Man, I aim sucks today. Especially if you're going for a particular ending
Beat
that
that
requires you to be at low health. Like he can one shot you if you're not careful.
Ooh. I just
And
noticed
I'm
he got
noticing
hit by
that-
I noticed he got hit by the meat there. Like, can he actually use the meat in the locker to damage him?
It can stun him.
I don't. Maybe. No. I
Okay,
think
never mind.
I think it was just because the it just happened to clip him. But that's good because I can use it as a shield myself from his gun.
Not for nothing, but the stilted animation on this boss fight is really fucking funny.
It kind of is, yeah.
Oh!
The fuck?
Quick, shoot him in the balls.
He's making, man.
Oh, he's behind the beat.
All right. Yep. Now he's entering quote unquote his second phase where now he's gonna actually start to hide behind the. Really?
How the fuck did you miss?
Aim for the meat.
I missed.
No, the other meat.
The moving meat!
I got him. I got one hit anyway.
So now we're
James,
just playing Duck Hunt.
no, wait, James, go for the other white meat.
Hang on, I gotta reload.
I just love how he's completely stationary when he hides behind the meat.
He's not even breathing.
Hey.
And he is down for the count.
Now he could join his brethren.
Customers.
Eddie, are you okay? I know I shot you about 5 times with a shotgun, but you know, I've heard people can shrug that off.
Just walks over. Eddie, was that too rough? Tell me, was that too rough? Don't tell Mom. But no, this is noteworthy. According to James, this is different from the monsters. He has now killed his first human being here. And he will not
All I
return to
wanted,
Silent Hill.
all I wanted was a jawbreaker.
Clean up
From this
Register 6.
from the fucking
The way
meat
you put
locker,
that-
all he wanted was a jawbreaker.
Yo, Matt, the way you put that, I can only imagine, like, Willem Dafoe Rat's death scene in Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh, you're
With
right.
Eddie in place of the rat.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
It's actually kind of funny you mentioned that, Icky, because me and Mom were actually...
Jesus Criminy,
What
we
the
did it.
hell?
I'm saying, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but Jesus Criminy, we finally made it to the other side of the Silent Hill Historical Society prison and Labyrinth. All of this just to go outside so we can get to a boat, so we can sail to the hotel.
How
Nice.
fucking
Save
low?
fresh air.
How fucking high up is Silent Hill compared to the lake?
It's all wacky here, Icky. You know that. I
No,
should
it's all
probably heal up,
foobar.
I mean, listen, you seen how many holes this bastard dropped down?
Yeah.
Anyway, everybody, it's time for the one, the only, the rowboat.
I'm so excited.
This is every speedrunner's bane in this game, because the way this boat works is that with the lake being so foggy, it is entirely possible to row forever, and you will never reach anywhere other than the lighthouse that is on the other side by the hotel.
I did
Right.
notice that there is a light in the distance.
Right, so we need to actually turn this boat around to that direction, because James Sunderland here is being dumb, and he's not actually rowing towards it
Yeah,
for me.
he's thrown to the west.
Okay, turn.
Turn,
So,
turn the rowboat.
The fun little detail
There it
about
is.
this. There we go.
Oh.
All right, I'll turn to the left here. A little bit too much momentum. So the fun little detail about this is that if you are playing on hard difficulty, I'm on normal difficulty, so it's as simple as just hold left and hold right, and he'll turn in that direction. On hard difficulty, there we go. On hard difficulty, you actually have to move the analog sticks like Ape Escape. You need to actually row it turn the analog sticks as if you're following the movements of the oars.
Right.
I was afraid that you were going to say it's like every now and then the light disappears and it shows up somewhere else.
That would actually be
Oh.
really annoying.
That'd be so
Oh, that would
mean.
That would be a hard mode
Who-
kind of thing for this kind of game.
Who was it, Doug, that got stuck here for a while, going the wrong
Matt
direction?
from SGB.
SGB.
They got stuck here for like 15 minutes, right?
Like he was
Yeah.
he was
Just holding
pushing
down.
down the entire time and didn't realize it.
Ah,
Well, see, here we're getting closer. There we go.
Kind of unrelated,
Done.
but I remember doing some canoeing stuff back in high school.
I did some canoeing too. You
Yeah,
ever
that
do
was fun.
scouting stuff, Matt?
not much.
camping
I
and canoeing,
know what
rowing.
you're talking about. Don't worry.
Sorry.
Not much. I was part of a charter school and we did some camping, but I was never really a big camper. I'll be honest.
Nah, me neither.
I remember there was like
Yeah.
one day in sleepaway camp when I was like 17. I took a kayak out and I just kind of rode around the lake near like sunset. It's actually really nice.
Oh, that does sound peaceful. Yeah, I don't mind like the vistas. It's the everything else. The bugs, the bears,
It's the everything else.
The bears.
the bugs, the bugs, the bears, the people.
the lake
Yeah, totally could do without them, to be
So
honest.
what you're saying is it
I voted
really.
alone.
So what you're saying is, Logan, it really bugged you.
It did.
It's like, is he gonna say bug? Is he gonna say bugbear? Is he gonna say? Was
No,
it a
that
gr-
would
was
be
it a, gr- was it a
that would
great?
be unbearable.
All right, I'm gonna see if I have anything to like.
Jesus.
Can't
Drown
can't
out
use
the
great
pain. To
knife.
drown out the pain
I-
of me talking.
And there's no monster, so I can't have the radio do that for me.
So, this is the mythical hotel, huh?
Yep,
Yep,
we're here.
the Lakeview Hotel. Oh,
And
hello.
according to James, it hasn't changed at all in the past 3 years. But,
Snap! It's the Little Mermaid VHS cover. Don't look at the cover of the VHS box, though, James. It's a little too close to home in terms of the theming of this game.
What?
Would you say it's a dick move?
Yes.
I actually had that VHS cassette.
Me
so-
too.
I used to.
Here we are.
So you mean a giant sea witch
Oh.
is going to pop out of the lake and try and, Oh.
No, not like that. So, of note, this is the Lakeview Hotel map, but two things of note. Number one, as you can already tell, Mary, or whoever it is, has already left us a note to go to room 312 on the 3rd floor. That's interesting. But do also note the parenthetical, this is the map, but only for guests. All staff areas, which we will have to go to eventually, are going to currently be grayed out and, like, we can't tell what's going on in them yet.
Or closed off.
Yep.
So, may I just say, he says that this place hasn't changed in 3 years. Well, it's kind of amazing that, the doors are unlocked, and yet the place is practically deserted.
Yeah. Let's go
And
check
yeah,
the
it's
restaurant.
still fairly preserved.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty nice.
Seems a
You
little...
got-
I was about to say, seems a little sus to me, but, huh. Who
Oh,
was
hello.
that? Oh, hey, Laura.
Aw.
Yeah.
You surprised me.
Freaking after you locked us in with a bunch of monsters. How you doing?
How'd you get here?
You're here to find Mary, aren't you, James?
I hope.
Well, have you?
No. Is that why you're here too?
She's here, isn't she? If you
Oh,
know
it's good
where
to
she
see that
is,
James is willing to let
tell me.
bygones be bygones.
I mean, how
Is this
hard
that
can you
piano-
really blame a kid?
Is this that piano piece you like, Matt?
I wish.
No, I. Oh my
But you
god.
said it in her
I
mouth.
have
To be
posted
fa-
that
okay,
piano
I'm just gonna say this right now. He's talking about one of the ending
Wanna
themes.
read it?
Oh.
No,
'cause
I'm
I was
not
thinking
talking
of like
about one of the endings.
Okay.
Rachel.
I thought Promise was an ending theme.
I
What-
took it.
rem-
Okay,
Matt,
it's
remind
one
me,
of
wasn't
them,
it
but the
Laura
version that
and-
I like is like. Sorry, the version that I like is not one of the ending themes. It's a theme from like later in the game. Not. It's earlier in the game.
Was it the one with Angela
Okay.
holding the
It's
knife scene?
after we see Maria.
Oh,
die
you know what?
first
You're
time,
right, Doug. I think it was the scene with Angela and the knife at the very beginning,
Yes.
like in the apartments. Yes, that is a good piece.
I
as
paid
well.
attention.
The music, I
Thank you,
I
Doug.
love the music. To everybody, I love the music in these games and that they can be both horrifying, but then like oddly serene, and it's just again really nice that they got the original composer back for the remake.
yeah.
It's nice.
I'm
Letter from
far
Mary
away
saying,
now,
"Far away now.
in a quiet, beautiful
Please forgive me
place.
for not saying
Please forgive
goodbye
me for
before
not
that."
saying goodbye.
I'm
as
reading
well.
this, Icky. Don't you
Oh,
worry. You
sorry.
can read now. Be
Jeez.
well, Laura. Don't be too hard on the sisters. I'm reading this. I'm Mary. Hey, Laura, about James. I know you hate him. because
Oh
you
my
think
God.
he's a nice guy, but please give him a chance. It's true he may be a little.
Gilbert
surly,
Gottfried, what are you doing here?
I think he's a really sweet person.
I
Yeah,
don't
like my father.
know.
If things had worked out, I was hoping to adopt you. Happy 8th birthday, Laura. Your friend forever, Mary.
Your friend forever,
Now-
Mary.
Now,
Sounds
note.
How old are you?
47 years
I
old.
turned 8 last week.
Wow, she's old, but no, she turned 8. But Mary,
couldn't have died.
James is considering
3 years ago.
is like convincing himself that Mary died 3 years ago. How could
She
that
really
be?
Be here?
How can
Well, I mean, if what the letter says is true and what she says is true,
Place
that all just turned out to be a whole bunch of horse cock.
Me
Not in front
and
of the
Mary
Oh,
talked
she's
a
trying
lot
to
about
get.
Silent Hill. She even
Uh,
showed me all her pictures. She really
I just
wanted
remembered
to come
something
back.
from
That's why.
Christmas Vacation that I
Maybe
loved
you'll
was
get in to see the
it's
other
like
one.
yeah, tell me he was
The
shitting
one
bricks.
Mary-
Hey, watch your language. Sorry,
Huh?
shitting rocks.
Laura.
I gotta find it.
I had no idea
Wait,
bricks
what's
were
your job,
square
Laura?
now.
Laura.
So Laura's looking for another letter for whatever reason.
Right,
And
the
this
one that
time
I
she
think
doesn't
that,
seem to be bullshitting us.
yeah, no, like, apparently this one that she was missing is one that Mary actually wrote to James.
Hey, we got
So-
a
Oh
fish.
crap!
Now we're on a mission.
A cat. Oh.
Meow.
Clearly, James has never seen an owl before.
There's a piano here. Remember how much Mary liked to play piano?
Can
It's
we all
really good.
agree that owls
I
are
still love to
sky
hear it.
cats?
Yes.
Yes.
So long ago, before we were even married. What am I even thinking of that now? You remind me of this podcast I saw recently where these guys were talking about Harry Potter. You know what it is? No, it was what's the name of the guy from Dimension 20, Matt, that you love? He's the DM
Brennan Lee
of stuff that
Brennan Lee Mulligan.
Brennan Lee Mulligan. He actually did a podcast with Matthew Mercer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on that discussion, he was talking about like how I'm gonna pause a second. He was talking about how like if you live in a world where wizards can teleport and you're using the slowest birds ever for your mail communication, that's got to be like animal use to some extent, right? like they're
it's like you have technology at your disposal.
Yeah, no.
Also, whoever said that, I mean, I don't know. This is kind of one of those things that's always been on my mind for the longest time. You know, there's some literature, fiction out there that like to believe that owls are like a symbol for intelligence.
They're dumb birds.
They're like the dumb. They're the dumbest fucking birds in existence.
Yeah, no.
I take offense to
They
that.
hit stuff all the time.
Also, that exact quote, Logan, was is like, was it? If you're going to choose nature's slowest bird as your mailing service,
that thing again.
Yeah, it's back. But continue.
Yeah, if you're going to use nature's
lot more
slowest
minuscule now.
bird.
Yes.
No, I said it twice.
I'm here.
That's it.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, world's slowest bird.
But it's also the quietest.
Sorry, the way you phrased the sentence, it kept sounding like it was leading up to something. Like, if you pick the world's slowest bird, and I was like, huh?
Then you pick the world's slowest bird.
That's
No,
then you finish the quote. I'm just going.
Oh, well, no, I said, yeah, that is practically like animal abuse or something.
Yep.
I hate looking at the abstract daddies and thinking to myself, like from a distance, they look like a burnt turkey.
I thought it was supposed to be like a bull.
No.
The way it was just like walking towards you down the hole.
I mean, okay, when you put it that way, that's fair.
Oh, hang on, actually, important note here.
Then again, it
Reception
could very well
desk.
be like the Silent Hill equivalent of a bull. Just like super
Mr.
duper
James
pissed off.
Sunderland, the videotape you forgot here is being kept in the office on the first floor.
Oh, thanks.
Well, there's no staff here, so we're gonna have to... Oh, there's the key to the room where Mary's in.
Oh, sweet.
So do we go now
Right.
or later?
Later.
Okay.
Yeah. Turns out we can't exactly reach the hallway where our room is at that easily.
Nope.
We can't even use the stairwell?
Nope.
What
Oh,
happened?
I think we're gonna go actually...
Let's just say that we're going to be taking a very roundabout route just to even reach our room and have the necessary equipment to actually progress.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hello.
And goodbye.
I hate how...
Hey, guess who...
Ugh.
Hello.
Guess who's got over 100 shotgun shells?
And ain't afraid
Yeah!
Kick.
to right on
Doesn't it feel
cowboy.
Doesn't it feel liberating, Logan, to not have to worry about the mannequins that can crawl on the walls?
Oh my god. The remake does a lot to enhance... Honestly, good for them, though. They do a lot to enhance the combat and experience. So it's definitely not going to be a one-to-one experience if you're familiar with this game. But there will be a lot to love if you enjoy the original game.
It changes a lot while still respecting its roots, and I do appreciate a remake for doing that.
Hey, how's that?
Hey, what's up? Oh.
I hate it when they scream.
The roar they
But
do?
No, they scream.
so
It's
how
a
do they
Simpsons
scream?
joke.
So how do they scream when they have no mouths?
I could think of another hole they could be screaming through.
It's the...
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Technically, I was about to
No,
say
it's the one in their foot, you idiot.
Yeah, the...
I was
You
about
know,
to
where
say
you attach the peg,
A can of thinner.
just to have it stand up straight.
I need to add that to the freaking list of games I need to play, James.
Huh?
Freaking Epic Mickey rebrushed.
Yeah, in due time, my man, in due time.
It just
many
all right.
games
We're
coming out.
recording this in October. September and October had some really fucking good games. Like,
Most especially
Really
September,
solid.
like, Jesus fuck.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
like, fucking. I mean, Logan and I are the only ones who really enjoy it, but fucking, like, Space Marine 2 is fucking great. Got the Plucky Squire, stuff like that. It's just.
But
where's the
Nintendo Switch 2?
God Oh, wait on it, you think, maybe. You got another year. But, yeah, no, like, between all those games and Bakuru's, Echoes of Wisdom,
Bakuru came out
remake,
this month?
Dead Rising remaster, like,
It was
God,
localized officially,
there was
yeah.
way too much
thought it came out
popped up
last
this
month.
past month. Yeah, I was about to say, that was last month.
Yeah.
Still,
Again,
regardless.
September.
Alright, we have a
I
music
did
box.
say
We're looking for
I
music
did
boxes.
specify both September and October.
Yeah.
Other way, other side.
Well, 2 months of
At the very least,
Jack's
we'll
games.
listen.
Especially Sonic X Shadow
I
Generations.
mean, look at
coming
this
out
way. At
tomorrow.
least. Yeah,
Oh
for
my
real.
gosh, yeah.
Oh, whoa.
It just never ends.
This is the month that never ends. Jesus Christ,
God, I wish
please save
October could
my
go on and on.
wallet.
I wish October could go on and on. That way we don't have to worry about
Oh.
December creeping in closer and closer.
Do you remember?
Sorry, James. I just realized that I didn't realize there's even this bit of a dialogue is actually pretty interesting from James to be examining this piece of book here.
Huh?
The book open on the top of the desk. It looks like a medical book. I've already read enough medical books. None of them ever did any good.
Oh, that's a good hint. I like that.
Somebody noted that like a lot of the I realize I've been like kind of speeding past like probably a lot of this, but like a lot of the characterization of James Sunderland can be found honestly in those item descriptions of him like just examining stuff.
You get more out of his character by how he responds to what he finds.
Oh, look, a briefcase. It's locked.
I imagine it's just filled with ice cream.
Just open it up.
Throw it
entire
at
ice cream
Pyramid
bar
Head.
just for me.
Oh, so
No.
this is what I get for working overtime.
Anyway. So quiet.
It is.
So locked.
Oh,
There
and
we go,
suddenly
that's
it's
more
not very
like it.
quiet. It's another one of these.
Ah, the walking turkey dishes.
Actually,
He's
they
like,
kinda
okay,
look like
I don't want
billboards.
any of that. I
Oh,
don't want any
God,
of that,
I'm
mister.
getting out of
Please,
here.
sir, I don't want any of that, mister.
They walk more like billboards now that I think of it.
They really
Kinda.
do.
God, you're right.
Come on. Nope.
Okay, locked.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Here we go.
No.
Nope.
The door to 204 is open.
Is it though?
I thought it looked open on the map.
I forgot something.
What
What
you
did we
forget?
forget?
That I forgot. I actually do have the key. I actually do have the means to unlocking that briefcase.
Oh, whoopsie.
Oh, you do.
For whatever reason, I guess you had to learn about it later. I actually do have the means. It's this fish key.
A fish?
Fish.
I just like
All
this fish. It's time for all that for another key.
Room
for a key.
204. Beautiful.
I know, I'm not
B
a
A
pyramid
A
site.
U T phone.
EAUT.
I can't take credit for that. That's from Ace Ventura.
What's
Oh.
in here?
Did you ever watch the Ace Ventura show? Oh, nice, the key.
Nope.
Play it later.
Can we
Did you ever-
open that curtain just for a little bit more light?
Can you?
Afraid not.
No.
I mean, not that it would matter. We're not going to stay in here for very long.
Photos are scattered all over the bed. Huh? There's something on it, but I can't see crap on it because somebody drew with a Sharpie everywhere.
There's something on your face.
Bruh.
It was pain.
Would suck if we.
Only a
Would suck
little
if we-
child would color things with marker.
Would suck if we didn't have any thinner on hand.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Dust.
Oh.
That's it.
In my practice playthrough, this was... That was it. That was the last... In my practice playthrough, this was actually a little funnier because... And it is one of the available passwords. The password was open. It's like,
And the briefcase won't open unless I say
Oh, that's
open.
great.
voice recognition. Freedom! So yeah, dust. Oh,
DE dust.
That's the illusion tail.
There you go.
all this for another music box.
Ah, Cinderella.
Cinderella, Cinderella, night and day, it's Cinderella.
Speaking of dust, I should get to playing that game soon.
Schnitzelfella.
Oh, which game?
Kingdom Hearts.
Dusty Illusion Tale.
Birth by Sleep.
Oh.
Oh, Dusty. Oh, you've never played Dusty
yeah.
Illusion Tale?
I've seen some
Very
commentaries a few
solid
years
game.
ago.
it was probably one of my favorite like indie games at the time. Like it's a little rough going back to at times because of the combat, and like the quests can be a little back and forth, but like for what was there, and to have only really been made by one guy who used to work on Jazz Jackrabbit, like dude did a really good job.
Right, it was made by the same guy that animated the opening intro for the sequel.
Huh.
Yeah. And they had a freaking Hyper Duck or whatever was their name, where the people nice elevator was they had their name to do the they got them to do the music for the game. And they had a butt ton of little Metroidvania Easter eggs and references.
Wait a minute, is this a service elevator?
Yes.
Oh boy.
So, is this the same one I'm thinking of?
Correct. Hype. Would you like to go down to the first floor with me?
Why? What's at the first floor?
I just want to know. Do you want to go down the first floor with me?
But I don't want to go down unless I know for certain what's down there. I don't like going into places blind.
I'll let you know it's a good time.
There is a bar and buffet, ample pool space, and at least one sauna.
They got stuffed crust pizza down there.
And free ice cream.
And you're not just saying all that just because you want to bamboozle me into going with you to someplace scary, are you?
Would we really
Correct.
do that to you?
It's a hotel. It's all down there. I'm just doing this to infuriate the viewers who are telling me to get on with the joke.
Get on with it!
So
Well,
here's the problem.
well,
Unfortunately,
Oh,
we can't.
All right, guys.
Neither
See you
of
next
us.
time.
Unfortunately,
Right. See ya,
unfortunately,
man.
Hype, you and I cannot go down here together holding hands as we've always dreamed, because the weight allowance of this employee elevator is one.
I thought
as you
that
dreamed,
with Doug.
maybe.
I like how that got Matt the
So-
most.
That is a pretty effective scare, though.
The sign, because you're not like, oh my gosh, what happened?
Not
So
only
here-
that, but the sign saying weight limit 1 person, it makes you think that it's like, wait, is there somebody else in here with me? But no.
No,
It
he's just
literally
that
means
fat.
Weight limit 1 person.
I didn't even consider that. You're right, Icky. That could also be good. But yeah, they mean one person. They mean one person. Maybe 1 or 2 paper items, but 1 person.
Yep, so the long and the short of it is, everyone, James is going to have to store everything inside his coat.
I just like to imagine that it's just the elevator's very catty way of saying he's fat.
I mean, he probably is.
Note that Mary in the letter, though, can stand this person. Everything else, though, gotta go. Honestly, I'm amazed. Honestly, I'm amazed that they even let you keep your freaking clothes on.
Right?
Yeah.
Because here comes a little suspenseful part of the game, which is that I am now, for this next portion, going to be completely and utterly unarmed, no light and no radio to tell if anybody is down here if anyone is nearby.
But James, man, James would never go into the elevator in the nude.
Well, he's not. He's still got his clothes on.
Thank goodness.
I mean, practically.
Alright. So, and no, fisticuffs will not help.
Fuck.
You can't punch anything?
Nope. But I did find the rest of the map, so I can now fill in all the gaps. I now know all the employee sections.
Alrighty.
That'll help.
So, that's handy.
Also, being fair, Iki, yes, he cannot punch things, but also he will. Again, he never exactly took freaking martial arts lessons. He was a clerk in his past life.
In his past life?
Cashier. I thought it was a cashier or something.
Yeah, he was a cashier.
He was a
Look
cashier.
at all this food.
He was. And look, by the apple, symbolism, the Snow White music box.
Symbolism!
Was this room modeled after the storage room? No, like the food storage in The Shining?
I still reminded of my favorite Shafe edit when he's talking about Snow White and it shows like the evil
Ooh.
Queen's hag. Just,
My videotape.
Gasp.
The movie?
And even better,
The game.
it also comes with a can
Free
opener.
can opener.
We could now get canned bread!
Wow. Yeah, sorry. Continue hype.
Just that the Snow White thing, it's still my favorite Schaefer edit when he's talking about Snow White. It shows, like, you know, the Queen's hag disguise for the very first time. You see her face reveal. They play the audio of Patrick going, I got the ugly!
I like that edit.
So what, she disguised herself with magic?
Magique.
Oh, it's too dark. Oh, and it's too dark to read maps. I don't got a flashlight on me. Get me in here so I can actually look at this
If
map.
only we had an open window in which to use natural light.
Okay.
I just realized, yeah, like this whole area looks like it could have been a little darker.
Yeah, but you don't want it to be too dark. Oh, great, we're going into the basement. But you don't want it to be too dark that I can't even see where I'm going.
I feel like
What's
it's
lighting that room up?
I was about to say, I feel like it has to have looked. I'm pretty sure this whole area
Oh.
looked darker in the
Hello.
PS2 original.
Hello there,
Hey,
Legs McGee.
How's it going?
Okay, we're moving.
Goodbye.
Squeeze.
Good mind. Oh.
I'm going to need you to move over. Like, please, just a little. Okay, good.
Okay, thank you.
I can't while you're staring at me.
Now, good news. That employee elevator trip I took was, for all intents and purposes, one way. I don't ever have to worry about taking it again. So, we're going to be able to, you know, we'll be able to do. Oh, hello. We're going to be able to now collect things and actually hang on to them for now.
How do we get our stuff back?
We just have to run. We just have to. Excuse me.
Sir.
Do you mind?
Put him up.
We just need to, you know, just loop back around and get back to the other side of the
Health
elevator, and then
drinks.
we'll grab all of our stuff again. Got some more health drinks in case you took some damage from those mannequins.
Is that mannequin always positioned that way?
Yes.
Oh.
So you have no choice but to run past them. Hey, we made it to the bar.
Hello. Ah, my calling.
Tending bar.
Especially mine.
Another one.
I want my
Mr.,
whiskey, damn
I forgot the line, Matt. What was the last name of Jack from? What was the name of Jack? What was the name of Jack? Last name Jack. Was it Lawrence in the Shining?
Torrance.
Yeah, Jack
Torrance.
Jack Torrance.
Jack Torrance. He's like it was like a rough night, Mr. Torrance, or whatever.
Yeah,
it was.
yeah. No, I love that movie.
I rewatched that movie the other day. It's pretty creepy.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, actually, real quick. So we need to do one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
Look what I found! A can.
Ooh,
without
can
labels.
unlabeled.
Oh, devil
can.
damn it.
No. But
Well, it's a good thing we have this can opener.
Heck yeah.
Hype, I want you to right now, without thinking, tell me right now, what is the first thing that you think is going to be in this can when I use this can opener? No one tell him.
I have a guess, but it's based on faulty knowledge because I've not seen the entirety of that Devil Damn short, so I don't even know what's in that can.
I'm gonna
would you
guess
like to-
a prank snake.
And no, it's not a human face. We're going to open it up.
Oh, wait,
I
was
was
it a
gonna
human
guess-
face in that short?
No.
Yes, it was. In the short,
Okay.
yes. But this, it's a can of light bulbs.
Canned
Oh,
light
why?
bulbs.
Dang, I thought it was drugs.
No, I'm just
Man.
going to take one, though. I love James Sunderland's reaction of like, why are there like... I guess I'll take one, but like, why are they doing in this can?
I guess I'll take one on the road, but it's still gonna question me up until endgame.
Or, you know,
I'm-
it could
I'm
be
still
funnier.
gonna-
It could be just like a smaller version of the room that James is currently in.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, and by the way,
me.
No, it's just like a recursive can.
Oh, and by the way, the reason why I needed that light bulb is because, again, James's eyes are not what they used to be. Literally, I couldn't have even seen this lock without that light on it for me to even use the bar key.
Again, I wouldn't be surprised if this whole area was supposed to look darker in the PS2.
Maybe he
original.
has astigmatism.
Probably. Oh,
Maybe.
you gotta get that looked at. All right, but hey,
Or it could be like
congratulations,
if you're in a darker kind of like setting and there's like a little bit of light and you could get to like the source of the light. Like that jukebox, for
Maybe.
instance. You'd still have kind of a hard time getting a view of what you're trying to read.
a little bit, but thank goodness. Oh, hey,
how's-
right.
Oh,
how's
God.
it going?
But
Hey,
good
how you
news,
doing?
we have officially gotten everything back. Huzzah! And we got
Yeah,
our
right.
3 music boxes.
I was trying to yawn and there were just 2 mannequins right there.
We got surprised mid-yawn. Oh no.
You're in mid yawn and you have to shut your mouth quick, otherwise they would smack you
It's
with
like,
your mouth open.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
They
then
would
they
punch
and then
my
just
teeth
because
out
they-
with their knees.
They could sense open holes.
Oh.
Oh, and as quickly as they appear, they're
whole
gone.
lot of
It's also
time.
getting really dark now.
Yeah.
Now it's
Yeah,
getting
for
dark.
real. Like,
yeah.
is it
I mean,
nighttime?
it's
nighttime
almost
already?
nighttime out there, right?
Also, I just noticed, like, point James towards the camera, because I'm a little baffled at the light source coming from him at the moment. Is he... Okay, it's attached
He's
to his
flashing.
jacket. For a minute, I thought he was, like, holding that in his armpit.
No, he's actually
it's
Iron Man.
it's in his jacket pocket.
You ever think Tony Stark uses that arc reactor as like a flashlight, just walking around, just like? Kind of
I'm sure he would.
No, actually, hold on.
Flexes
I
his
do.
chest.
I do believe in Civil War there is a scene where he uses the repulsor as a flashlight.
I mean,
Repulsor,
yeah,
sure.
why not?
Yeah, that's I suppose that's true. Just make it a low intensity. So, music box puzzle. The seat of the princess who awoke from death.
That would be
Well-
Sleeping Beauty.
Well, we don't got Sleeping Beauty,
No,
but we
we
got
don't have
Snow
Sleeping
White.
Beauty. Oh, it's Snow White.
Snow White.
From a true love.
Snow
kiss.
White and the 7-Ups.
Huh.
And the 7 clever
Sounds like a-
boys.
Sounds like a hit surf rocker band. Snow White and the 7-Ups. All right, this one is the Sea of the Princess Who Fled at Midnight. Well, gosh.
Cinderella.
That would be Cinderella.
What, you never saw the fucking Surf Rock spinoff? No, the Cool Spot spinoff?
The
No, I actually
princess
did
who
not see
spoke
the
with
princess
no
who spoke
words.
no word.
That would be
Because she was
Ariel.
contractually obligated not to. Ta-da! Play.
There you go.
Play all three of them at the same time.
You ever think about the
And again,
fact
the
that
puzzle.
you say that about Ariel being contractually obligated? Do you ever think about how like she could have been that loophole by just riding out her predicament?
Well, who's to say they know? Well, actually, yeah, that's a fair point, considering she had to write a contract.
Three new. Yeah, thank goodness she knew how to read and write. Also, hey, new music boxes.
I mean, you could also just argue that maybe she was just way too in her little what's the word? She was just way too freaking
Gullible.
not gullible, more like she got too distracted with how much she was taking in the human world. I don't know.
Alright, so we could finally access the third floor.
Like, you ever have those times where you're just way too distracted to remember, oh yeah, I should probably, I'm having too much fun, I forgot that I should probably write down my predicament.
I should go see
Yep.
my wife.
Room 312.
There it is.
Wifey,
Hello?
I'm home! Oh.
That's a nice looking room,
Wifey
actually.
Wifey's not
Hey.
here.
That's a pretty good room.
Where's
for a
my
hotel.
wife?
Sorry, continue, Matt.
That's a pretty
But I
good
like that.
hotel for a room, like pretty good room for a hotel like this.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's still
All
no
we gotta
Woodlock.
do. Now we gotta do is slap one Mickey Mouse symbol on this closet, and we can skyrocket the price by $600
Oh my
a night
God.
easily.
$600?
Genius.
Yes, it's.
Are you
just
sure you
that
didn't
bad.
forget
There.
an extra zero, my boy? Ha ha!
True. All right. The main reason we're in here, though, is because it's the last working television with a VHS player in all of Maine. So we're gonna use this one VHS player.
Oh yeah, I forgot that it's Maine. It's basically a fucking.
I thought that was
Stephen
an
King
SNES for a
story.
second.
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, now that we're all here, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Are you taping again? Come on. I don't know why, but I just love it here. It's so peaceful. You know what I heard? This whole area used to be a sacred place. I think I can see why. It's too bad we have to leave. Please promise you'll take me again, James.
Well, what's going on? The footage is getting overlaid with something. What are you doing? Oh! You remember now, don't you, James? It was only 3 days ago.
So I gotta admit, that was actually a pretty interesting film. I mean, hell, that twist definitely came out of nowhere, but,
Imagine like Quasimodo's gargoyles just pop out from behind her. It's like, don't worry about it. We all make mistakes every now and then.
Fucking mood breakers. Then again, we're not that much different in this scenario.
Maybe we are his gargoyles.
I mean,
Yeah,
so
you know what? That's
honestly,
exactly what we are. We're so terribly sorry.
Sorry. Okay. I call dibs on the short and stout one. So,
You want to lose,
You want to lose to a bird that badly?
But I thought I was the cute one.
No, you're the fat, ugly one that no one likes. What are you trying to say exactly?
What do you mean by
anyway, so yes, serious things. This is where we learn the great twist that, fortunately, we now know where Mary is.
And we know why Laura
Or
has
she
been so upset with this dude this whole time.
If not, let's get going already, okay?
Kiddo, I'm a bad man.
A bad man sat in a chair.
Mary's gone. She's dead.
Liar, that's a lie!
No, that's not true.
She died because she was sick?
No, I killed her.
So you gonna say something?
Killer! Why'd you do it? I hate
Got that
you.
freaking music stop happening right then and there.
Give her back to me. I knew
Maybe
it.
that's something they changed for
You
this
didn't care about her.
extended
I hate
version.
you,
I don't know.
James. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
If I remember right, before Mary passed,
She was always waiting for you. Why? Why?
Yeah.
before Mary passed, there was talks going around her that she might have wanted to adopt Laura.
Oh yes, she mentioned in the letter that if things had worked out, she would have wanted to adopt Laura.
Right.
Meaning
So not
Laura
only
is
did
an
James
orphan.
kill his wife, he deprived Laura of the mother.
Essentially.
Well, of note though, the skin disease was likely going to run its course and
Was
deprive
it a
them both
skin
of that anyway.
disease?
Well, I know it was mostly affecting her face.
The long and the
especially-
short of it is that whatever she had was going to kill her at some point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So either she was going to die naturally, or James was just going to speed up the process.
And all depends on
Even
your
though he
interpretation.
really did not have to do that.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
like-
all depends on your interpretation of things.
Well, I mean,
Right.
is that why he did it? Like as a mercy killing, or have they not explained it yet?
Okay, so this is something Logan can explain in much better detail around the end of the video. But the long and the short of it is, depending on the ending you get, can change the context of why James did the act in the first place.
Okay.
And that's why I think this is a really cool survival horror story, is that this protagonist, you, the player, can determine their motives and thoughts. But Barry's talking, but we know she's dead. What is going on?
Let's just say that Silent Hill has one last trick up its sleeve before we can leave here for
Let's
good.
just say that Silent Hill is a massive dick.
We're gonna have to fight
Also,
Mary as a boss, are we?
Oh, another thing. While we're still here on this inventory screen, would you mind taking a look at that envelope we had?
Oh yeah, her letter. My gosh.
Yeah, let's check out on our letter real quick, and notice that there is no letter.
There's nothing in the envelope. What?
So, I mean, again, it just shows that all along there was no, again, we already got the proof that, Mary didn't die, 3 years ago, and James never did get a letter from her. He came here of his own volition, and with the ending we're gonna get, it's never, this place has seen better days.
Wow.
But,
This is the true form of the Lake Hotel.
Right, it's practically been abandoned and just rotting since our time here.
Also, may I just say, I absolutely fucking love the music of this place.
I do too.
Droning.
But,
yeah,
what was I going to say
continue.
earlier? We're not going to actually get to see it or get any clue about it with the ending that we're getting. But I do believe it's also, if you go a certain path, you'll also learn that all this time, Mary's been in the back seat of James's car this whole time.
Oh,
Yep,
what?
He carried her. He drove her body all the way here.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeesh.
any stuff to talk about it. Yep.
I think another thing of note is that, I mean, I know Logan's going to go into it in a little bit more detail at the end of the video, but the reason why James killed his wife was because in one instance he couldn't stand the thought of her constantly berating him, and at the same time he just couldn't do without her. But
Yeah,
it was her reactions to him, like thinking that she's some sort of monster while she was slowly dying, and having to take care of her all that time wore him down.
it was a very complicated situation.
Which I think can lead to very, and I think that's important that there can be complex feelings and stuff. Also, the radio will continue to work, but the flashlight is now forever busted. But
Right, because James doesn't, because as far as like this game, like as far as the story's concerned, James doesn't need it anymore.
Yep.
I guess I want to ask,
knows the
like,
truth.
unless what Logan's about to show answers my question already, like, out of all the possible endings that you can get from this game, is there a considered canon ending that the other games adhere to?
It's strongly implied. It's strongly implied that the water ending is canon.
We'll explain what that means. By the way, when
Later, but I will say this: as far as Silent Hill 3 and 4, no, nothing apart from maybe some characters, maybe getting name dropped here or there. James Sunderland's story is entirely independent of everyone else's stories.
Yeah.
Right.
So that it can, because, and I appreciate that at the time the writers themselves understood how, of course the basement's the one that works. They themselves understood the open-ended nature of this game and why that was important to preserve.
Right.
The world of Silent Hill is
Oh my.
not necessarily...
Oh boy.
Sheesh.
Now
It's all
my
flooded.
pants are wet. Oh gosh!
Oh,
There's a line figure in the water.
Something in the water.
Yeah.
Oh, there
There must be more around here.
Help! I can't breathe.
eels.
Okay. We gotta get out of here.
Oh,
Okay. We gotta get up to the first floor somehow.
you don't think this is water in the bar, do you?
I hope not.
Maybe.
What are you looking
Oh,
at,
well,
James?
what are we to do?
ammunition. My lord.
Man.
So
in
what
ano-
did you...
you know, in another time, in another timeline, this all would just be spilt vodka.
Man, that would be
another line figure.
What was that?
atmosphere.
Another line figure in the water. We're okay for now.
Oh,
my.
boy.
Oh, hello.
Okay.
Mama! Mama, I was looking for you. Now you're the only one left. Maybe then I can rest. Mama, why are you running away? You're not my mama. It's you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Angela, no.
Thank you for saving me. But I wish you hadn't. Even Mama said it. I deserved what happened.
No, Angela. That's wrong.
No. Don't pity me. I'm not worth it. Or maybe you think you can save me. Will you love me? Take care of me? heal all my pain? That's what I thought. James, give me back that knife.
No. I won't.
Saving it for yourself?
Me? No. I'd never kill myself. It's hot as hell in here.
You see it too? For me, it's always like this.
It's crushing.
What we
So you
just
deserve
saw
that.
here is a glimpse into Angela's Silent Hill.
Yep. Well, Eddie's is a world of chilling ice and unfeeling, just hostility. Hers is just ever burning, ever growing dread.
Ever destruction.
And that's the last time you see her.
Yep. Unfortunately, we do not ever get to save her. We're back now in our world, a world of water and flooding and gradual decay.
And rot.
So, not to take away from the scene that just happened with Angela, but what did you guys think? Because I mean, like, I say this is like, oh, I never got to experience, the quote unquote the grand twist, because again, this game came out well before my time and stuff. The heck? Oh, geez, more mandarins.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Did you just call them mandolins?
Mandarins.
Ah.
But what did you guys think of the twist of James having been the one to kill his wife?
Oh, it's something...
Not...
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Well, it's definitely something I wouldn't really expect when it comes to these horror games. But that I say that having very fair experience with horror, but it's certainly an interesting twist. And I especially appreciate the notion of, there's no, definitive motive, in a sense of, the motive's only dictated by how your playthrough goes through. That I think is interesting. A neat little bit of, replayability. Makes it so that, no two playthroughs are the exact same.
Right, and also depending on your actions in the first playthrough can definitely change, can definitely say a lot about a person's perspective or playing skill with this game. But,
what did you think of it, Matt?
I think that, this game, it just has a lot of fantastic ideas and elements to it that really do make you think. And...
Right. And I mean... There you go, sorry.
No. Just about that.
Right. The most I'll say on the matter is that, him being the one that actually killed his own wife, I guess nowadays wouldn't be seen as too terribly, shocking or unexpected, but it's also the matter of, what they do with that idea and how far they go into it. With the themes and the symbolism that you, is practically, scattered all over the place as you're, trying to, find the answers in this hellhole.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much probably the most... It's pretty much the best thing about this game, really.
Yeah, what about you, Doug?
On the same as Matt, really, especially when it was big around that time, when people were especially thinking, what if we did this kind of twist? I obviously, around that time, I'd say that's mind-blowing, especially for video game horror back then.
Yeah.
It also just kind of makes future playthroughs more interesting now that you know the full context, and then you start looking back on everything,
Exactly.
especially the enemy variety and how much that relates to well, just a lot of James's inner, like, sins and turmoil.
Not to mention all the puzzles and like bits of like flavor text that we've been coming across.
Right. Like you've noticed like a good handful of the enemy variety you see in this game are of a very womanly, like, feminine figure. And I mean, that definitely is part of that's definitely part of it. And also just, again, it's all sorts of messed up.
For sure. So the reason why I was hanging out in this room is because one last save opportunity.
Oh, that's a lot of them.
Silent James Sunderland's Mega Man boss roster.
We're gonna go through a boss.
Honestly, you're honestly not wrong. And this particular arrangement also is plays heavily into like the saving and loading, like autosave, whatever. This imagery is continued in the remake. So what this is supposed to represent is quote unquote James Sunderland's 9 delusions. I don't have my mouse on me, so I can't exactly show it, but it's like the 9 things, the 9 different ways that Silent Hill has been like playing with his mind and showing him things that weren't real, such as the lying figures, the enemies we've been seeing crawl around a bit, the mandarins, those little like monstrous things crawling around down and below, the abstract daddies, which although they are representative of abuse for Angela, we also can see them. We can see them as well because there is unfortunately, depending on
the imagery of the bed,
some ties to us as well.
I will say, Abstract Daddy is still the best name. I'm sorry, it's kind of fun.
What exactly do you call it? It's so strange.
Well, that's for true. It looks like a painting, but it's like bulging out like a bed, and then you have the flesh lips.
2 writhing lumps on top.
Yep. Oh yeah, one above the other. You have the flesh lips that we fought that was like confined to the bed. Of course, you have the pyramid.
I thought the flesh lips were the things in the cages.
Yes, well, yeah, but it's supposed to be like a bed, like suspended up and hanging out. But so you have the flesh lips, the nurses, the bubble-headed nurses. Oh yeah, I had mentioned them. It's like
the pyramid head is a special case.
Fair. That brings us up to 6. I know there is more. I know there's 3 more. Well, one of them is Maria. Obviously, we now know that she was never real. The other 2, I know one of them unfortunately is Mary herself because we know she's dead. She has been dead.
And yet James has been acting as if she's been alive this whole time.
Oh yeah, no, he's been in serious denial since the start of the journey.
It's a delusion.
Crap. The 9th one may be, because I'm forgetting for whatever reason, it may be the crawlers, but I doubt it'd be the bugs, because the bugs could just be poor hygiene and poor upkeep here in Silent Hill.
To be fair,
the exterminator.
It could just be rotten decay.
I mean, is it wrong to just say that all the enemies you've been facing in this game are part of those 9
I'm so sorry.
delusions?
I forgot the 9th one. The mannequins. There we go. The 9th one.
Right. Doy.
Who the mannequins purposefully eliminating the identity of them, only keeping the
only
the lower legs and all that comes with. So, but at this point, as you've noticed, we now know the truth. It's time to face it.
And by the way,
call in the big boys.
What do you mean? What, James? What did I do?
Gee, James, how come Silent Hill lets you how come Silent Hill lets you have 2 pyramid heads?
Oh.
Yeah, it could be worse. Homecoming has like 7 of them.
Are you serious?
Yes, there's like an entire group of them, and in Silent Hill Homecoming, you get to watch the main character become a pyramid head, thus completely detaching it from anything to do with James. Oh,
I'm sorry. That the face and that voice from James when he was screaming after Maria was about to get stabbed. Those were 2 entirely different people.
Oh, really? Huh.
Like no. Like the face just said, but the voice said,
"Ah!" Now we needed you.
No!
This is how we learn.
Punish me for my sins.
But yeah.
No!
James acknowledges that this is what the pyramid heads existed for here.
I know the truth.
His guilt and feeling he needed punishment.
His personal executioners.
And as they walk back, they realize now they must face their creator.
With 100 shotgun shells.
Really has that form of resolve.
So meet the owl. Meet
the owl.
Meet the Owl. What a fantastic
this
Sonic
is
character.
The double pyramid head. Oh god.
Jesus fuck.
Okay. You have some incredible reach with that thing.
I mean, it's a javelin.
All right, let me get all the way to the far corner over here.
Also, I noticed there's a symbol burned into the carpet.
You're
that
right.
mean
That, my dear friend Dickie, it's all burnt up and faded, but someone actually realized that is the exact same shape of the ritual in Silent Hill 1 when Dahlia was summoning the
Claudia.
incubus. Claudia, sorry.
What?
When-
No,
when
her name was Dahlia.
It was
That was
Dahlia.
Claudia.
Oh, sorry. Claudia's
That
name
was
was the
Dahlia.
flower, White Claudia.
You're thinking of the White Claudia.
No, I'm thinking
But-
of Claudia from Silent Hill 3.
Oh,
What?
well,
Oh, her. Right.
The old lady.
you were like 3 ways removed
Wait, old
from
lady.
this
No, that's
reality. I gotta-
Dahlia.
No,
Icky,
that's
you are
Claudia.
3.
Hold
Icky,
the
you are.
fuck
You
up.
are.
Icky, look it up.
Yeah, look it up. You are
Dahlia
3
Gillespie is the old hag from Silent Hill 1.
Man, this is supposed to be a really neat little moment for me, man. I was gonna tell oh my gosh, look at that. That's the, we're all caught up on names. You're 3 ways removed from reality right now, Icky.
Okay,
That is. So the important part is that this is now the same room that Harry Mason was in when we destroyed the final boss of Silent Hill 1.
Wait, this
Okay,
is the same
so
room? Huh.
Yep.
I looked
because
it
that's
up.
the
You
ritual
guys are
circle.
right. Dahlia was
Thank you.
Silent Hill 1. Claudia was Silent Hill
No shit, we're right.
Right.
I
We're
was
not
mistaken, okay?
Someone should have been there with us when we did Silent Hill 1.
I wanted to, but you guys recorded without me.
That's true. That's true.
Well, I guess in your defense, we didn't even know you actually liked Silent Hill.
Well, now you do.
I do.
Also,
But yeah,
you were
this is yeah.
Doug was talking about Sonic character names. I have another one in the chat if you want to see it.
I can't read it right now, but someone let me know what it says.
He said,
So basically, we're just running circles around these guys until what the timer
until we deal
runs
enough
out.
damage. No,
Also,
until
I
we
hate
do
to break
enough
this.
damage.
Also, I hate to break this to you, Hype. I'm pretty sure someone else, like many other people in the Sonic community, have already made up that name.
Ah, well.
Okay, so we're just, allegedly doing damage to them, beating them
Yes.
off, but beating them away.
I could use the rifle, but let's use the rifle for a little bit. I want to save it for something later, but let's get some good distance because this thing takes a little bit to aim. All right, a little bit further. Let's go.
You notice that constant scraping rust sound?
Yeah.
I think that might be part of the soundtrack, not necessarily the room you're in.
Yeah,
see that.
it's part of the soundtrack.
Creepy.
I mean, the last time we were in this room, they used a freaking dental implement as an instrument.
Also, it's funny because if this is the same room where the final boss, fight in Silent Hill 1 took place,
I don't think it's
didn't
the
even realize.
same room.
Right, because I'm pretty sure I was always under the impression the one from the first game took place in out in the open, not inside a building.
I think that
like it
shot actually landed a hit on it.
Well, no, don't worry. It was
'Cause
enough
it
to stun
flinched.
him.
No,
It was enough to
because he-
stun him. I know he flinched, but I'm saying, but I think it's always doing damage. But I think it's 2 shots is enough to actually make him flinch, like his poise or whatever.
I swear, because of the sound design, it sounds more like you're hitting the head rather than the actual fleshy bits.
I know. It's
I
like,
mean,
oh my
he
gosh, why am I
is.
hitting? So why am I hitting the metal part?
Unless,
We're
their
hitting the
entire
roof.
body is made of metal. Or they have metal skeletons or something. I don't know. Whatever the hell they are is never elaborated upon.
It's
Physically. We
It's
can't
magic.
dissect a pyramid head, for instance.
Yeah. Again, the homecoming kind of ruined these guys because we get to learn 2 things. One, the main character in one of the endings becomes a pyramid head, and we get to learn what is on the inside of the pyramid. It actually opens up like a mask.
And it's some kind of fleshy tentacle monster thing.
No, it's actually weirder.
Is-
Basically, it's revealed that when that thing is actually split down the half, so it closes up like a sandwich on the wearer.
Yeah.
It's revealed that it's literally just a flat plane on either side, so it's supposed to form a perfect seal.
So it's just a
actually,
helmet.
crushing whatever's in between the 2.
Oh.
Again, answering
So
questions
it
that
instantly
people didn't
fills
really.
the inside.
Well, but again, answering questions that people didn't care about.
Yeah.
Not to mention bringing this fucker back more times than he was supposed to.
Yeah, no, he basically became the mascot of the franchise, and that's the problem.
And he was even playable in Konami Crazy Racers, the Game Boy Advance.
And Bomber.
Not in the Game Boy Advance version. I think he was in the iOS version.
There we go.
Oh! Looks like they've had enough.
I guess we really can't do much else with this guy. Our job's done.
Oh.
James has proven his resolve.
And they are Punishers no more. Pyramid Head won't move anymore. But we got a Scarlet Egg. And for this one, we got a rust-colored egg.
Well,
both of them, they open these doors. Both of them, they open to the same one, but I did at least learn the remake, and maybe this guide needs to be updated at one point. We actually can... I think it actually does determine a little bit what ending you get depending on which of these eggs you use. The one that's covered in rust, featuring decay in your mind, or Scarlet Egg, holding, confidence and passion. So I shall use the Scarlet Egg.
You see, I thought it would be the opposite. Well, it's like, ooh, you'd use the prettier one because it looks pretty, and it's like, it's a final attempt at, vanity on James's behalf. But if you use the rusty egg, you're acknowledging, the actual decay in James's heart and acknowledging what he did was wrong.
It's possible.
Oh, by the way, if you slowly approach that door, or maybe walk away slowly...
Of this door?
Anything about a different door?
Maybe.
You're talking about the one where you hear Mary voice call to you. I know that happens one time.
Yeah.
I know that can happen when you're approaching the stairwell. Say if you don't have the key for the first time and you find it locked. But
okay.
But regardless, this is a very important door because...
Is it the last door?
Mary?
What do you want, James?
I brought you some flowers.
Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already.
Mary, what are you saying?
Look, I'm disgusting. I don't deserve flowers. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. What are you looking at? Get the hell out of here! Leave me alone already! I'm no use to anyone. I'll be dead soon anyway. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It'd be easier if they'd just kill me. But I guess the hospital is making a nice profit off me. They want to keep me alive. Are you still here? I told you to go. Are you deaf? Don't come back.
Damn.
James, wait. Please don't go.
Regretting what she said.
Don't leave me alone. I didn't mean what I said. Please, James. Tell me I'll be okay. Tell me I'm not going to die.
She was utterly helpless.
Yeah, it was a really, really... let's just say it took a lot off. It took a toll on the both of them.
Yeah.
It was just a really tragic, horrible situation. And
to think this was barely... I think... Kind of think of it, when did she start getting sick exactly? I know they were married for 3 years up until her death, but I forget when exactly she started to, get the symptoms.
Probably towards the later half of it, but anyway, and the reason why I wanted to stay in that hallway is that is also important to an ending, is if you take the time and care enough to listen to the whole thing to realize that, sure, she was abrasive at first, but she was emotional. She was dying.
Yeah.
Right.
She needed James to be there for her, despite all the disgust she might have inflicted on him.
Yeah.
Well, and she was lashing out because she was frustrated with her own circumstance, and
he
by
was
all
more
means,
than likely just as frustrated himself in the fact that he couldn't really do anything.
Oh, also of note, once you're in this rainy room that I'm in right now, no matter what, you can't change the ending. It's locked in. And noticing the woman who is at the window, I believe I've gotten the ending I wanted to get.
Pretty sure you do.
So there we go. Oh, and the whole stair just falls.
Wow.
And goodbye.
I guess we're stuck here now.
And it's gone.
And it's gone.
And it's gone.
Hey, Mary. Are you another delusion?
Or is it?
When will you ever stop making that mistake?
Oh, it was a mirage. She was just a cactus. all
She
along.
was just a cactus.
Maria?
It was just a potted plant.
If all we had to fight, you'd be cactus.
What?
You'd be cactus.
It was just a stuck-up bitch all along.
When I die, you stay
I'll be
away
here
from the
for you
funeral.
forever. And I'll never
And
yell at you or make you feel bad.
Becoming quite
That's
clear
what you
that if we
wanted.
are to reclaim our sanity and accept what's real,
How can
there's
you throw me
unfortunately
away?
one last illusion that Silent Hill has given us that needs
I
to be
understand now.
removed.
It's time to
And we've
end
already
this.
brought it up before. It's Maria.
No, I won't let you. You deserve to die too, James.
Oh.
Behold. Maria.
Well, devil damn.
So, she
What
uses butterflies
is
as a
this
form of
form?
attack. It's butterflies. It's like a form of attack. Butterflies can be a sign of death, if I'm correct.
No, I mean like the flying cage thing.
Oh, it's supposed to represent. I think it's supposed to represent an operating bed or something that she felt confined to. So
What's funny is that...
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, sorry.
No, go for it. No, go. You haven't time.
So depending on the ending you're going for, you could be fighting Maria like we are now, or they'll just straight up say it's actually Mary.
And you're
I
trying to
love
fight
how
and like
low
destroy her.
budget those moths look.
Oh, it's just JPEGs.
Oh yeah, no, they're like 2D
Oh, yeah.
sprites.
They don't
They-
even animate.
James is correct. Depending on the ending, you may be seeing Mary herself as like a, oh my gosh, like give me a break and let me go on with whatever selfish things I want to do. And,
Right. Like by and large, that is what will happen if you try to get the Maria ending.
Wherein you try bonding with Maria while you're here.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Maria-
effectively, completely, like, pretty much just solidifying the fact that you didn't learn a goddamn thing while you were here.
Yep. Ah, yeah, wait. Yeah, here. Okay. Shoot. The butterflies themselves aren't actually like, they won't do too much damage to you. They're more so trying to stun you so that she can get close enough to try to do an attack. So I'm gonna.
What kind of attacks does she have?
It's similar to the flesh lips, where like she has to really be close enough to do a damage. You know, fine. We'll show off at least one attack.
She'll try and strangle
Hey.
you.
No, she
Like,
uses that tail.
no,
Oh boy.
yeah, notice that she has a tail.
What?
Wait, is that?
She's a tail now, Dickie. You gotta keep up. She's
Or,
a demon.
I mean, it acts like one.
So,
more of a
and this,
stinger?
and again, this is, yeah, oh gosh, this is actually again interesting of note is that like, although again we learned in Silent Hill 1, there definitely is like a real a real cult, a real problem going on in Silent Hill. This game doesn't really talk about them at all. It's again, these are all
And-
just inner demons of
Honestly-
James's own guilt and
Honestly, I
suffering.
will say the game is better without the cult.
Yeah, I agree. Hail Satan.
Satan!
It's as if
Alright,
this world,
before-
in of itself, is created specifically to psychologically torment whoever's in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she'll
So
totally
that
do
being
that.
said, Maria's down. You know what thou must do, Logan. End it the way the remake wouldn't let you end it.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me do it. It's a puzzle item, but there we go.
And for our act, James is allowed one more chance to bond with Mary.
Mary?
Could be a bit of both.
They never explicitly say.
Honestly,
Actually, no. I don't think this is a
I
flashback.
told you that I wanted to die, James.
Yeah, this is
I
us
wanted the
facing
pain
our
to
guilt.
end.
That's why I did it, honey. I just couldn't watch you suffer.
Oh, so this is him rationalizing with
No.
himself over it.
Oh,
More or
well,
less.
That's not true.
Sort of, you'll see.
You also said you didn't want to die. The truth is, I hated you. I wanted you out of the way. I wanted my life back.
James, if that were true, then why do you look so sad?
Mary?
In this ending,
James.
James is trying to convince himself, no, I hated you. That's why I did it, but it tore him
Please
up
do
inside to do
something
it. He
for me.
loved her.
He didn't want any of this.
He
So
couldn't
he's been
imagine a
convinced-
life without her.
And that's why Silent Hill punished him, or he himself punished himself so, as he believed that, he was horrible, unforgivable that he did it, but
the truth of the matter is, he did it so he could effectively save her.
Oh
In my
boy.
restless dreams,
and through his journey in
I
Silent
see
Hill,
that town,
he has come to understand that
Silent Hill.
in an unfortunately still very tragic way, this is what they both
You
needed.
promised you'd take me there again.
At least
someday,
Final
again,
narration breaks
but
my
you
heart.
never did.
And what's funny is that at least with two of the endings, you do
I'm
see
alone there
this
now.
whole thing.
In our
Though,
special
depending on where it happens, it can definitely change the
Waiting for
context of this message.
Yep, because you saw the special
Waiting
place
for
waiting
you
for
to
you.
come to see me.
We saw that part of the letter at the very beginning, but now we have the
You never
strength
do.
to read the entire letter.
In fact, I think it's the same letter that Laura was trying to look for when we met up with her at
Wrapped
the
in my
hotel.
cocoon of
Yep.
pain.
A letter that was
Loneliness.
given to the nurse and told to be given to James after
I
Mary
know
died.
I've done a terrible thing to you. Something you'll never forgive me for. I wish I could change that. But I can't. I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here, waiting for you. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it all is. The doctor came today. He told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this may be my last chance. I think you know what I mean. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I've missed you terribly. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Whenever you come see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me, or maybe I just disgust you. I'm sorry about that. When I first learned that I was going to die, I just didn't want to accept it. I was so angry all the time, and I struck out at everyone I loved most. Especially you, James. That's why I understand if you do hate me. But I want you to know this, James. I'll always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. We had some wonderful years together. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. That means that as you read this, I'm already dead. I can't tell you to remember me, but I can't bear for you to forget me. These last few years since I became ill, I am so sorry for what I did to you, did to us. You've given me so much, and I haven't been able to return a single thing.
That's why I want you to live for yourself now. Do what's best for you, James. James, you made me happy.
Mm-hmm. And so, with all this, all the burden weighing him down off his back, he thinks to himself, "Let's leave."
Can I just best, you know, I was gonna wait till it was okay to make a stupid devil damn joke, but I guess since James did anyway, I have the clearance to.
Yeah,
Is it?
Go for it.
I was gonna say like that long, poignant, heartfelt thing. It'd be a real shame if her like illness kicked in as she was in the middle of writing all that.
You made
that
me
would have sucked. I'll agree there.
And suddenly, Marie died in the middle. Wait. Yes, all thought was lost until Marie had a fatal heart attack.
If only if it was animated in Gmod with that exact same stiffness, but yep. And of note, this is the only ending. This is the only ending that even takes into freaking consideration of Laura's whereabouts and well-being. Every other ending, you just kind of do your own thing, and she's just left to this orphan's just left to wander Silent Hill.
Unfortunately, yeah. Like this is all like I mean, your guess is as good as mine. How James was able to convince Laura to like after that whole freaking conversation they had back at the hotel. I'm actually surprised that she'd be willing to go back with James.
My only guess
I
is
mean, they
maybe...
have to go home to somewhere safe.
I will actually...
That is true.
I will actually say the remake does that a bit better, as we saw, like, as Logan showed us. Because, like, at least they have a conversation, and this, they just go like, okay, let's go, walk off. That's it.
I guess we're so... My only guess is
never
maybe
speak of that
this...
again.
My only guess is maybe this involved him showing her the letter that she left for him and trying his best to explain.
So that the both of them can reconcile for Mary.
Now that he...
Right.
Now that
And
he
also,
understands.
I guess it also helps in Laura's case, too, because if I'm not mistaken, she was only able to get to Silent Hill thanks to Eddie, and he's dead.
True. Oh my gosh, yeah, you're right. Huh. So I guess as a heads up, there's gonna be 2 sets of credits we're gonna be going through. They're not both of them are not too long. My God, the Concord credits being freaking like how many hours long is insane. It's so weird. Anyway,
How long are the credits for Concord?
For Concord, I think they're. I'm gonna look that up, but just know. So there's gonna be 2 sets of credits. One, this is what we're experiencing right now is of course the original credits. By all means, these guys did a phenomenal job, like making one of the pinnacle entries in survival horror.
There's a reason why the fan base for Silent Hill 2 were in such a fucking uproar when it was announced that Bloober Team were going to be handed the reins of the remake.
Oh, because after because after Medium and some of the heavy-handedness that was in the Layers of Fear remaster and stuff, we were so worried that they were going to reimagine this and twist the story into their own creation. But again, they surprised us. Not anytime soon, but stay tuned for us covering the remake, because I think it is worthy, honestly, enough to be covering, like, period. I think they did a wonderful job, but,
And it does make me wonder, like, assuming... I do kind of have to wonder what they plan to do next after that remake, and, you know, maybe if we're lucky, maybe their future endeavors will prove that the Silent Hill 2 remake wasn't just a fluke.
I hope to God it wasn't a fluke. I really, really hope that Bloober Team.
Like for what it's worth. I mean, I wouldn't call myself a Bloober Team fan because I don't really play their games. I do kind of like a part of me does kind of hope that they do get a similar redemption arc that Mercury Steam got when they were eventually tasked to do the most recent Metroid games.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say, like,
it's always good to see smaller developers get their flowers.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. Hype. And as you're talking, and as you're saying this, now the second credits we're about to experience are. This is all specifically the wonderful fans that contributed and created the enhanced edition that I just played. Like, saw the HD collection, said no, this game deserves better. and just freaking went for it, and I think they did a phenomenal job. Again, take it away. Continue.
Okay, well, honestly, I do think it's kind of intriguing that you guys were talking about how, like, people were, like, legitimately, concerned, scared, maybe angry with the team that they got to do the Silent Hill 2 remake. I guess
this is the song, by the way.
Yeah, this song is phenomenal.
All right.
But yes, thank you, Matt. But yes,
sorry.
This.
Had to point out.
All good.
Thank you.
Well, I guess before I continue my point, I guess I am just kind of curious. Like, is there anything in particular about Bloober Team that made people like very, scared at the idea of them of all people handling
their games
the Silent
are
Hill 2
very
remake?
mediocre.
Their games have been mid at best. Layers of Fear, I think, does some really cool things visually and stuff.
Except for the child running into a wall.
Which was so funny, and there were cowards for taking it out. Okay, how about this? This is going to be very, very heavy subject, and then we're going to get back to talking about how this game is incredible. So sorry. And this may have been taken out of context, but one of their recent games was a game called The Medium, which is about a woman who can like see, and speak to the other realm, and she was the victim of abuse. And if we were to take that story's plot and message at face value, she later learns that I guess the reason why she was able to see other realms in the spirit world was because she herself was possessed by a demon or something like that. And so basically she was like, that's why I was being abused. I did deserve it. And then she takes her own life or something like later in the story.
Holy shit.
And so, taken at face value, the story is now, hey, sometimes if you're the victim of abuse, it's because it actually was for a completely valid reason. You should freaking kill you. It was a really, really weird story. And so...
all our actions were justified in the name of the Lord.
So for... the Lorax. So
for the Lorax!
So for the story... It almost sounded like you're about to say, like, the Lorax. But anyway, so for stories like that...
Now
that's
she
why people
speaks
were like,
for the trees.
Wait, the name of the Lord X.
So
in the name of Lord S.
I speak for the Messiah.
So when that story came about, that's why people were very understandably like, and you want to trust this game with them? But they knew their it's gonna sound really aggressive. They knew their place. They knew where they need to stand. Holy crap, that's actually the most stars.
Wow, what do you know?
Hey!
Nice work.
4 over 7 stars?
The last time I did this, I only got 6 stars. Huh. I guess it's because we went pretty brisk and speedy. But yep.
So wait, what's the maximum rank you could get?
I have no idea, Icky. You think I know anything about the Silent Hill grading? I missed the Resident Evil grading system when it was just a letter.
Hold on, I love hold on. Before you move on from this, I love that one of the ratings is the boat stage time.
Yeah, they timed
and how fast? And how
was
fast?
Was that added for this version of the game?
No, that's in the original.
That's in the original. Oh my god!
They actually timed it.
How fast?
That's incredible. So I love that.
I did good. But anywho, so I'm just gonna leave it on this for a little bit, I think, because I like this music. So that's Silent Hill 2, and I, again, having now played it, I think it absolutely deserves the accolades and the legacy that it has created. And I will say I loved playing this and then playing the remake, because I think that gave me a better appreciation, understanding for both games. I think both games are very strong in what they're doing.
Right. Like, I would honestly say, like, it's honestly not that dissimilar to comparing classic RE4 to the remake.
Yeah.
It's like, they both can practically complement each other with how differently they play things out, but
they
still
can
be
stand
just as effective
side by
what they
side.
do.
Yeah.
Practically.
Exactly.
Which I think is which I think Bloober Team, and again, more on that when we get to it, but I think they do deserve some props for what they pulled off. But as far as the classic / enhanced version we just played, do note this is not going to be the last video. There's going to be at least one more after this, but just what we just experienced, Matt, what did you think, again, just going through it all again, seeing it all?
I mean, again, I've only played maybe 15 minutes of this game originally.
But watching me like stumble and bumble about, what did you think?
First off,
playing it vicariously.
First off, Wasn't able to see the whole thing. Wasn't there in the second recording session. Secondly,
That's fair.
yeah. Secondly, I still think that this is great. Like, it's a fantastic game. It's really well done, and just they really knew what they were doing. And with this game,
Absolutely.
and it's one of the best horror games out there. And I really want to try it now, both the original and the remake. Unfortunately.
Yeah, no,
But yeah.
I highly recommend them, and I recommend if I don't know I forget if this was working on Mac or not, but I do want to figure out some way to get you to play this because it's a very good game.
Again, push come to shove, you could probably find a way to gerrymander it to work on
Jerry
Steam.
Rig.
Or gerrymander is something different.
Silent
Jerry
Hill
rig it,
4.
absolutely.
Silent Hill 2 for president.
Anywho, James, what did you think of James?
Well, I think he's a very troubled individual and seeks salvation. I mean, I think it was a pretty solid adventure.
Yeah, alrighty. I'll go back out a little bit. Save.
Oh boy.
Yeah, sure thing. I'm just saving this just because I was probably hanging on that screen for a little bit too long. Icky, what did you think of the journey? Let's get our movies a little bit.
Honestly, I think it's rare that you find a game that tries to tell this kind of story in the way that it does. Games like this need to be cherished and learned from.
Something happened to you?
And
After we got separated in that
while the cynic in me wants to say that, the remake was only so good just because they got the original staff from Team Silent on board, and that Team Bloober was just getting whacked on the hand with a ruler every now and then. It's like, no, you don't do that.
Remember that time in the hotel?
I really fucking hope that Team Bloober team learns a thing or two from how they handled the remake.
You said you took everything.
And I really hope that the future for psychological horror games like this aren't necessarily in just Silent Hill, but with newer, upcoming, or conceptual plans for future or totally new games.
Yeah.
I want to see more stories that hit this hard.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think stories like this have a purpose, have a place. Doug, what did you think of our trip to Silent Hill a second?
Seeing this game consistently throughout the years, I still think that this is definitely one of the best Silent Hill games, story-wise, and how it's driven for just generally being one of the best out there. It still holds up, even with, even to this day, still fantastic. And even with the remake, I'm glad they stick true to what made Silent Hill 2 Silent Hill 2. I'm still planning to at some point play both the original and remake. I'm planning to get the remake possibly around Christmas. The original, I'm still planning to play at some point. I've been meaning to do that for a couple of years now, just never had the time to even do it.
Thank you. I think you will genuinely have a good time with it. I really.
I just realized something though.
Yeah.
I will have to knock this game a few points though for not including a blooper reel.
I would love a blooper reel. Dang it, they should have had a blooper reel.
No, the remake should have had a blooper
Man, that's how
reel.
I feel about Dry Bones and Mario
Uh-huh.
Jam.
Oh wait, that's just the credits.
And yeah, no, I agree. I think at least one playthrough, and of course this is meant to be played multiple times. You got the of course we're not showing it here unfortunately, but the infamous dog ending and
The
stuff
one
that
that
could have
Sam
been accessed
fucking
like
consistently
sort of
loves.
Oh.
Mirror the dog. Yeah, of course, all these little things. It's such a fun. Silent Hill's still such a wild, fun adventure to me of how it can blend horror with understanding it is still sort of in that same B-rated, flicky, shocky horror library that Resident Evil also is in. Just but yet feels wholly unique at the same time with how it handles enemy encounters.
Yeah.
But Hyde, what did you think of the furthering of your Silent Hill education?
Well, furthering as in more like the beginning since I wasn't there in the first one, but well, this is a game standalone, so I guess it probably didn't hurt that much in the grand scheme of things. I could definitely see how this game definitely earned its accolades. The story is definitely something I'm definitely one of a kind as far as video game stories are concerned. I'd be lying if I said I understood every one of the minute details because, it cannot be stressed enough that I am kind of dumb. But I definitely appreciate what all this game tries to do. Like, not even just as a game itself, but just as a member of the horror genre, because I kind of respect the more subdued take this has on horror, in that, like, it's not like, outside of the designs of, like, the mook monsters you see running around, the horror is a lot more subdued, like, a little bit more, like, mental, in a sense. Like, it's not trying to actively make it go...
It's psychological.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it, like, gets under your skin, makes you feel dread.
It makes you afraid to turn the corner for what you may or may not see.
Unless you're me, who just did a practice playthrough, so I probably made it look maybe not as suspenseful if I'm just running like, hey, how's it going? I'm just moving. But, no, honestly, wait until my remake playthrough to actually get some, like, actual, like, jumpiness from me.
And especially for me, for what they've handled some things.
And it's totally not because everything else... I was about to say, totally not because everything's a lot more aggressive in that remake.
True, or higher stakes.
Ever get your ass kicked by a pair of legs?
But, yes, Matt?
Nothing. I wasn't saying anything.
Sorry. So yeah, that concludes the base game of Silent Hill 2 Enhanced Edition, The Letter from Silent Heaven. From this point forward, if I wanted to pick main scenario again, you could use your clear time to activate New Game Plus, as we saw in a scrapped starting playthrough. That now you could start finding new items, unlock new endings and new possibilities. But what we're actually going to do next time is released with a couple re-releases. I believe the PC version and maybe Greatest Hits Edition. I gotta look this up later, and I'll have the information by the time we do it. One last video of Silent Hill 2 will be a new scenario that wholly stars Maria, as she deals with the purpose of her existence and the surreal nature of the world that she now resides in Born from a Wish.
What does it mean to be a cog in the machine of death and demise?
Find out next time! Same Silent Hill time, same Silent Hill channel.